Alright, let's take a look at some chart action for Boeing. The ticker symbol is BA. Before we do that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Alright, so I had this in my portfolio for a while, and it was just kind of going slow, so I got rid of it. So I'd bought down here during COVID, and dollar cost averaged around here as well, and it was just kind of going slow for me, so I sold somewhere up here around this area, and it wasn't actually a good idea. It was actually safer in here than what I put it in. I put it into ARK, and it's getting wrecked right now, but that's a whole nother story. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys a couple things on this chart that I was looking at when I bought it, and I was kind of this is like the main thing that I was looking at, and this is kind of like with Walgreens too. They have like the same kind of similar things going on. They have these gaps going on right here. There's one right here, there's one right here, and there was one right here. So for this one, we actually already filled it right here. So yeah, this one's already done, but this one and this one are still valid. So let me get rid of all this stuff, and we could do a horizontal line, something like right here, and maybe another one right here. So if you go into the chart on the daily, you can see these, and let's zoom in so we can see them better. So you'll have to do more research on the gaps, but basically in after hours, the price goes from one price and it jumps to another, and if it goes down, then usually the chart fills it. So you're going to want to look that up, but this is what I was looking at on, let's see, what day is it? It is February 21st. We have this gap, and this one's at $330. And then if you go to the other one, let's zoom out a little bit. We have this other gap right here. Let's zoom in on it. And this is on March 8th of 2019. So I'm not 100% sure if these are going to get filled 100%, but this is what I was looking at, and this is what I was kind of betting on when I was looking at this stock. Boeing in general, they're the planes, so it seems kind of, I think they get bailouts too, so it's like, I don't know. But we also have, let's look at some other trend lines that we got kind of going on. We have this downtrend going something like this. And then we have an uptrend going something like this. And we actually have broken through this trend line right here. But we did get rejected right up here. And what I was looking at for that rejection was, if you go to the weekly time frame and bring out the moving averages I like to look at, the 9 and the 180, you can see that we have this 180 moving average right above us at this point on the weekly time frame. So the price came up and got rejected right around this area, and now it's coming back in, and it's kind of testing that trend line, this trend line right here, this white one. Let me get rid of all this stuff. And so what I think is, we have this other top trend line going something like this, and we also have a kind of bottom support going like this. So there's a couple places that it's bouncing around in my opinion. I feel like this 180 moving average is keeping the price down, but once we break through that, that's when you're going to start seeing these levels. First this one and then this one possibly. The other thing I wanted to say is that I think it's going to be bouncing around in this possibly as well. So we might see a break like that, or possibly a break like this and then break down and continue this channel, because if you look at these two, it's kind of been doing this as well. I mean, it's doing something like this, I guess you could say. So we still are waiting to break this one up or down, but we do have this gap up here, and I don't know. It's just been kind of slow, and it's been hitting this trend line right here, and then it would kind of pull back down here. What happened was I bought like a pretty good amount down here, and this was on M1 Finance, and then it came up, and I doubled down on Robinhood up here, and then the price just got wrecked for a long time. And then when it finally came back up to these levels, I was like, I pulled out of Robinhood and left M1 in. And then this kind of kept going up a little bit. I was still interested in this gap up here. I still kind of am, but it's just been going so slow. So I pulled it out right here and then put it into ARK. and ARC's just been getting wrecked ever since. It would have been way better to keep it in here, but I think over in the long term, it's okay. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys like that video, hit that thumbs up button.